The Nurture Project, Part 1. Self-compassion. What is emotional nourishment? Our emotional selves actually affect every part of us. Our subjective self is constantly creating information molecules that control our health and physiology. In other words, our emotional selves constantly produce physical changes. Chronic stress can manifest in your body as a myriad of health problems, headaches, migraines, arthritis, gallstones, getting a little overweight, then significantly overweight, sleep apnea, frequent infections, asthma, autoimmune disorders, diabetes, cancer, Alzheimer's disease, stroke, angina, other heart disease, and even sudden death. These are outcomes most people would not consciously choose. Yet, your emotional needs and hungers motivate your decisions and actions, whether or not you're aware of them. Dr. Candace Pert, former professor of physiology and biophysics at Georgetown University, says, "The molecules of emotion color our perception and hence our creation of reality. They are the biochemical links between our awareness, our thoughts, and emotions, and our physical well-being. The average person is full of leaks, if you will. The good things we get filled up with only last so long. We can feel on the top of the mountain right now, and in an hour, a day, or a week, feel empty and discouraged. Our souls get hungry. We need regular nourishment if we are to function well and to be of use to anyone. Most importantly, ourselves. There is an infinite variety of emotional nourishment available, but we are responsible for knowing when we need it, for finding it, choosing it, and taking it into our being. The most fulfilling and effective form of emotional nourishment is being kind to yourself and offering self-compassion. How well do you treat yourself?
Emotionally. I do a lot of self-talk. Doing that, I'm sitting there and I'm talking things out, like the things that I'm feeling, and also hearing it, back to me. So I kind of use that to help me with regulate my emotions and kind of keep track and kind of check in with myself. And so it helps. Initially, it helps nurture my relationship with myself emotionally without I don't dismiss anything that I'm feeling. I say it, no filter, and feels like I actually, in those moments, have a connection where I am being me. So that helps me emotionally kind of keep myself or one of the ways to help me kind of keep myself together,
Are you mostly helpful, sympathetic, forgiving, and supportive? Or are you often critical, demanding, unforgiving, or self-blaming? Most people treat themselves with all of the above. However, the positive and negative behaviors are seldom equally distributed. No surprise, the negative appraisals and reactions often outweigh the positive ones. Being unkind to oneself is not a psychologically healthy stance. There are many ways we can address our shortcomings without being hurtful. For example, if you are unhappy with your physical appearance, instead of berating yourself, the first step is to accept you the way that you are. This is not to say that you can't explore options to modify your image in healthy ways, such as having a makeover, making a change in your diet. But most importantly, you must accept you no matter what your present condition is. Self-compassion and positive self-talk. Imagine your relative came to you and started sharing experiences about some stressful and harsh circumstance that they are going through right now. How would you have responded? Perhaps you would have spent time listening to them vent for hours. You would have nodded your head and used some encouraging words like, aha, or I see. You would have asked them questions and responded with empathy. You would have been supportive and understanding of their current feelings and situation. And you would have motivated them to look at the brighter side and brainstorm solutions to their problems. Now, imagine that relative was actually you. Would you have responded the same way you would have responded to your relative? People mostly engage in self-criticism and negative self-talk, especially when they make mistakes or they feel out of control or rejected. Negative self-talk is like a vicious cycle that people engage in to deal with their negative circumstances. And this leads to more stress and suffering on the inside. In fact, experts on mindful self-compassion, Dr. Kristin Neff and Dr. Christopher Gerner, mentioned that self-criticism was the first response people engaged in as part of a defense mechanism in case of perceived danger or threat or when things went wrong. Dr. Neff and Dr. Gerner added that a person who engaged in self-criticism became both the attacked and the attacker. Instead of engaging in self-criticism, self-compassion is like responding to yourself with kindness, where you feel empathy and compassion for yourself during stressful circumstances. You could spend time listening to yourself venting thoughts and feelings in the present moment without judgment as part of you practicing mindfulness. You could nod your head and use some encouragers like, or aha, or I see, as part of self-soothing. You could ask yourself questions and respond with empathy to yourself, and engage in positive self-talk as a part of validating yourself. You could be more supportive and understanding of your current feelings and situation, even when feeling out of control or when things go wrong, and instead motivate yourself on how to react better in the future. Self-compassion helps you react mindfully to the circumstances without feeling attacked as the attacker or defensive. And it teaches you instead to react in a calmer, wiser, and hopeful way. Self-compassion is your safety net, and it allows you to positively think and cope with the stress or negative circumstances without having to engage in self-criticism or attack yourself or others. Self-compassion helps you engage in a habit of positive self-talk, like saying, "I am here with you, not against you, and we will work together no matter what the current circumstances are." Engaging in self-compassion and positive self-talk prompts you to become mindful of your thoughts and emotions in the present moment. And it motivates you to work through the challenges and keep moving forward in a positive direction.